Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We're also going to hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is Thursday, March 11th, 2021, and today is day 70 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year and to run 1,250 miles. While this may seem like a lot to some or not a lot at all to others, this is only my second year running. First full year of 2020, I was able to run 1,000 miles. So this will be a big step up for me, adding 250 miles minimum to my all-time goal within a year. And I also wanted to really step up and run every single day this year, so I made that a challenge as well. 70 days into this journey so far, and I am 287.7 miles in for the year. That leaves me 962.2 more miles to go for the year. Throughout this journey, I've been doing challenges throughout, knowing that I'm going to have to average at least 100 miles per month just over in order to hit my yearly goal of 1,250. I decided that every month I would do the 100-mile challenge in honor of different fundraisers and try to raise money for whatever, trying to do different fundraisers for each month and trying to reflect it off of that month. So for January, it was just the new year, and I got really quick into it, and we raised $395 officially for the American Cancer Society. So that was a really cool challenge, 100-mile challenge. I was able to get it done. I think I finished January with 104 miles, and we were able to raise that much money for that charity. For February, we only raised $95, but we were still able to raise it, and which is really awesome. And $95 went to the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. That was for February. And in February, I pumped out 133.3 miles, so I was able to also accomplish that 100-mile challenge for that month. Now we are currently in the month of March, and I am 47.9 miles in. We're not even fully 2 weeks in, so I'm at a pretty good pace so far. And we have raised $40 as well so far for the fundraiser I started for March. Now, March being Women's History Month as well as National Reading Month, I wanted to do a fundraiser that kind of touched on both of those. So I chose the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And what she does is she has her own fundraiser, and they raise money to help kids that are less fortunate, that don't have access to books or access to people to help them to learn to read. It gives them tutors and gives them access to books. So it's a really cool fundraiser, and it's also put on, by a very historical, famous woman who is Dolly Parton. So I thought that would kind of touch on both of the themes for March. And like I said, so far we have raised $40 for that fundraiser. You can find this fundraiser to donate and future fundraisers on my personal and as well as the Defining Discipline Facebook and Instagram pages. I post it every single day into my stories. So all you got to do is go to the Defining Discipline page, Facebook or Instagram, and on the stories up top, just click on it and it will have a link to the fundraiser for that month. The fundraisers do overlap into each other's months, so this fundraiser will go into April till April 7th, and then we'll close March's fundraiser officially out. February's did just close out a few days ago, but that's just a heads up for the future thing. But you can also find it on my personal Facebook page if you aren't following on the Defining Discipline page. Other than that, though, I did a God Bod challenge in February. I got that finished, but I've been trying to also sustain the 33 miles per week. I might even try to up it a little bit, but now we're going on week 6 of pumping out 33 miles per week. Last week it was really starting to get to me. This week I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm also a lot less miles in. This week I decided to do a different approach. Last week I was doing a little bit longer runs, and then throwing a little bit of shorter runs in. This week I'm doing all shorter runs. I'm doing all 5Ks every single day until Sunday, where I'm going to pump out a half marathon in order to hit the 33 miles per month. Currently I'm at 14.5 for this week, so I got 18.4 more to go this week. We got 3 days left, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Other than that, though, guys, let's just get into today's episode, and it's something I kind of want to talk about. There's different things about it I'd love to talk about, but I'll probably try to keep it as short as possible, not go too much longer. I still am focusing and working on some stuff around the house that I need to attend to. But that being said, today is episode 70, day 70, and for today the theme is going to be busy. Busy. Busy is something that we all try to not be. I feel like we all, there's parts in our time when we try to always have as much free time as possible so we can do whatever we want. When we're busy, sometimes it can be overwhelming and feel so caught up. But what I have found is that was something that I always lacked within my life. And once I kind of started changing that mentality and that perspective on it, everything kind of started falling in place for me. And, again, this is not saying that I am perfect and I have all the answers, but I just noticed that instead of having as much free time as possible, and all the free time that I had, I tried to stay busy, try to stay occupied, try to stay focused on things. And it's the times when, all that free time, when I always found myself falling into bad habits or falling into things that aren't productive. So, staying busy is super key, and it sounds so easy, but at the same time, it's not. You try to find as much downtime whenever you can. Me with doing this project of the bathroom and all the stuff around my house, any downtime I could find, I would try to find it. And next thing I notice, I'm scrolling through my phone and I wasted 40 minutes of my time just because I wanted to take a quick break. But the quick break always goes longer than what I've always expected. And something I've also noticed about just being busy is at my job, when I would go into my job and there'd be, especially this past year, it'd be very boring some days where it was super slow because of COVID. And you just had this routine of doing the same things over and over again, and it just get boring. And then I got to the point where it was comfortable, and then I would just listen to my podcast while at work and just be, lackadaisy, or however you say that word, I don't even know, and just lackadaisical and just, back and forth, just not really caring about what it was that I was trying to do. But then I realized when I was at work and all those times when there was not much to do and I'm sitting there watching the clock just waiting for it to go by, it's when you start making something to do and start keeping yourself busy that you'll notice that the clock just goes by super fast. So that's one thing I want to talk about being busy, is when you stay busy, you will realize that there's not enough time in a day to get everything you need to get done. So when you're like focused and busy and just grinding and just going at it, you will notice, how little time you really have, even because you've just spent 8 hours busting your butt on this one thing trying to get it finished. And then you realize for me especially, doing this bathroom, busting my butt, doing all this stuff, then I look down at my watch, I'm like, oh crap, it's 6 p.m. I still gotta run, I still gotta go out and do my episode. And you get so caught up in being busy that you forget about the outside, not necessarily the outside world, but you forget about all of that downtime and all of that temptation, and of just like, I have this downtime, I'd rather just watch TV, or I have all this downtime, maybe I should just get drunk and high, or I have all this downtime, maybe I should just scroll on Facebook for hours. There's always things that you can stay busy at, and that's something that I've had to do this past year, is mentally tell myself, when I get into those situations, is to try to grind as hard as I can to get out of that feeling in those situations where I'm just like, I'm going to take it easy today, because there's always things that need to be attended to. There's always things that need to get done, no matter how minuscule they are, from just doing the dishes or to your laundry or to organizing stuff. There's stuff that needs to be done within your life that you are putting off. And if you stay busy and just focus on doing one thing at a time, and then as soon as you get done with one thing, instead of taking that break and that rest that's going to take out, a full day or whatever the case may be, that was something that I would always do, is that I would get a little bit done or get so far on a project and be like, oh, now I could take a break. And then the break would be days, I wouldn't get back to that project for days. And it's really just staying busy and on focus, and not letting your thoughts get to you, or the outside world of trying to take away from what you need to, attend to. Like, you need to stay focused. You need to stay busy. That's something that I realize that I have to do. And I tell myself every single day, especially when I fall into these repetitive things of always checking my phone, of, hey, did I get a new message from the page, or whatever the case is. I have to stay focused, on point, on plan. Just keep going, keep trucking, keep going ahead, stay focused, and just stay busy. As soon as you're not busy is when you start to slack and start to fall back. That's something that I have noticed, at least within myself and in my goals. So for that, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, because one, I am busy and I'm trying to stay busy with the running and this podcast and getting the basement done, and the bathroom upstairs is completely it is pristine, and it is just like a couple pieces away from being finished completely, and it's exciting. And I got to stay busy. I got to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm about to be a first-time father, and I can't slip up and just decide to let things pile up and overwhelm me because I decided to take a break and be lazy. I need to stay busy. So speaking of that, today is day 70. I want to give you your daily discipline today, and it is to stay busy. Get off your butt, whatever it is you're doing. If you're relaxing today, don't. There is plenty of stuff that you need to attend to in your own life, within your own house, within your own neighborhood, for whatever whatever it is, I don't know you. I don't know what's in your personal life. I know what's in mine, but what's in yours, and you need to stay busy. Keep working at it. Keep busting it. Keep going. Don't let your want for relaxation and your wants for taking it easy and the wants of just having free time, don't live with that mentality. Live with the mentality that you just got to keep staying busy, keep grinding, and I'm telling you, things will start falling in place. Your mentality, you'll feel just a lot better. That's something, at least, that I know that I have been doing that has helped me tremendously. So try to stay busy, guys, and try to stay productive with the busyness. Don't do things that are mischievous and stay busy with it. Just stay busy with things that are only going to help you and help those around you and help those around them. Try to spread good within this world and just keep it going. Other than that, though, guys, I really do want to thank you so much for following along and listening. 70 days. It's been a journey. It's been great. Today is Thursday. I got two, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday left to do the runs. Sunday, I'm going to do my half marathon for March. I've been trying to run a half marathon every month, at least one. So I'm going to pump that out on Sunday, get my miles for 33. Going to get up early morning Sunday. I'm just super excited for the future and for everything that's coming. But again, just thanks for listening, following along. If you guys can, please give this podcast a like, a subscribe, and a follow, and a share on our Instagram, our Facebook, on our YouTube, on whatever podcast platform you listen to your podcast on. Boom, hit that button, give us a share, tell all your friends, let everyone know about it. I want to thank you guys again so much for listening along. Make sure you get your daily discipline in today of just staying busy. Don't let that laziness, little troll on your shoulder whispering in your ear telling you, you can take a break. Don't listen to him. Just keep focusing, keep going. Stay busy. So thank you guys so much for listening along. Stay disciplined today. Day 70, episode 70. I'm your host, Scott. This is the Defying Discipline podcast. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.